Hi guys, my name is Yatia Lamidi and welcome back to Living Life with your favorite nurse. It has been a minute. If you watched my last video, which maybe you have, maybe you haven't, things have happened. A girl is engaged. My nails are not done, but ta-da! Can you guys see that? So we have come back an engaged person. So I've been busy. Content has not been easy to put together, but I'm trying to devote time to put some things together. As you guys can see, my background has changed. This is something I really want to do. I'm still kind of working on it, but I was like, let me start putting out videos, and if there's anything I can do to change it, we'll figure that out. But this is kind of something I was envisioning. So so we've come back with quite a few changes. So today's video is about whether to do your nurse practitioner or your master's in nursing. I've got a lot of questions about that on YouTube, Instagram, in person, whatever, through many platforms. So I guess I was like, let me just make a video that kind of talks about all of that. Okay, so for me, I did my master's in nursing. I did it in education and leadership. I did it online. So many people are like, first of all, why did you choose to do your master's in nursing? Why did you choose not to do your nurse practitioner or become a nurse practitioner? So I've been fortunate to have actually a lot of nurse practitioners around me in this life, and I kind of took the time to ask them questions. And one thing that I realized is there's no like straightforward answer. What actually matters is what is important to you. So I'll kind of get into that. So when I spoke to a lot of nurse practitioners, I asked them, is it worth it to become a nurse practitioner? Do you like it? Would you suggest I do that? And some responses I got was no, but some responses I got were kind of focused around, money, time, and if it's something you really want to do. So there was a nurse practitioner who I spoke to who said when she got into that kind of profession, or when she advanced her career to become a nurse practitioner, she didn't realize that she would have to, be on call more. Some of those vacations that she thought she would have, she wouldn't have, because they kind of substitute a lot for the physicians. So it wasn't like a Monday to Friday thing that she expected. Sometimes you have nights that you have to do, so you still have like a lot of running around. So if you were going to do it for the intention of, oh, I just have a Monday to Friday, then she's like, you don't have that. For me now, working with my master's in nursing, I have my Mondays to Fridays, I have my weekends off, I have my holidays off, and because like I'm not really with the union, I'm ununionized, so I have all the vacations and everything. So like my life kind of works differently than the nurses on the unit, and kind of the nurse practitioner is also working. So that's one thing. She also said like money-wise, when she was looking at like what typically people with their masters in nursing make and what nurse practitioners make. I can't remember like the scale, because also depending on where you work, whether it's in the States, whether it's in Canada, the scales will be different. But at least here in Ontario, she was kind of saying, so these are just fake numbers here, but let's say someone with their master's in nursing can start at a pay scale from like $50, and let's say they go up to like $55, and someone who is a nurse practitioner can, let's say, start at also at $50 and might go to like, let's say like $58. So she said like we might start at the same pay scale, we don't necessarily end at the same pay scale, but it's not like much of a difference. Like it might just be like a couple dollars difference. So she was basically like, is that worth it? Is like $3 or some dollars like worth it for all the kind of stress that you have? So that's another thing. I'm not saying that like if you go do your master's in nursing, the jobs that you have are not stressful. They are, because right now I'm stressed. But she was saying that the type of stress that you have being a nurse practitioner, just because of the liability that you have, I think she said you also need insurance. It's just a lot of stress that you have to carry. At least one of them was saying that she's aged a bit, because like the responsibility is more. Yeah, that's just it. The responsibility is more. You can prescribe, you can do quite a few other things. So she was like, if you are okay with that stress, and if that stress is something you don't mind, something you like, something you can handle, go for it. So that was another thing. So basically my answer to the question, which one would be better, I would say kind of depends on you. One thing that one nurse practitioner also said was that if it's something you really want to do, those other things don't matter. Like the things I basically said. If like you're there for the money, if you're there for the holidays, if you're there for like some of those other things, then it's probably not for you because you might not necessarily feel satisfied with it. But if it's something you've always just wanted to do and be, then it most likely will be for you. Doesn't mean it will be any easier, but that's kind of the difference, at least with my research that I heard. So basically with that, I decided to see, okay, what programs were online. And then I found one that I could do online because I wanted to be able to work at the same time. Another thing is I was able to start my master's earlier because for a nurse practitioner, you have to have like a lot of hours, and I did have hours, but I wanted to start before I got to those hours. So to do my master's in nursing, I just needed references and stuff like that from jobs I've worked. So basically, I decided to kind of think about all the things that were said, and I came to the decision that like the money, like the money's great, okay, whatever, but I'm not really there for that. So it's like, I was really looking for something Monday to Friday. I can get my vacation. I'm just thinking of like ahead in the future kind of thing and what I want for myself. And do I want that liability? Do I want that stress? Not necessarily. So I basically came to the decision that I was not going to do it. And I feel very comfortable in that decision. I don't like have any regrets or anything like that. So it's opened a lot of doors for me, at least now. I'm working as a nurse educator, and there are many other jobs that one can look for. You can work in the government. You can even go back to the hospital if you'd like and be a manager on the unit. There's so many things that I've seen, whether you want to work from home. Well, it's harder to work from home. Don't let me say it's easy like that. There are many opportunities really for both nurse practitioner or getting your master's in nursing. Getting your master's in nursing, you might kind of have different titles because right now, although I have my master's in nursing, I'm known as a nurse educator. So it kind of depends where you go or what you use it for. So there are just so many things. I feel that you're kind of less limited there. So whether you want to go to the leadership side or you want to go to the education side, again, there's so many things that you can do. So if you had that question, I hope this video kind of answered it for you. I do know in the US, because my cousin is a nurse practitioner, the pay is not close to what we get here in Canada. So that pay scale might not be as relevant to you. Y'all are paid well over there. Us, on the other hand, we're fighting for our lives. So that might be one thing to kind of not consider, I guess, if you're in the US. But yeah, if you're in Canada, I would probably think about those things. So yeah, I hope this video answered your question. If you were having those questions or if you were having those thoughts, definitely if you have more questions, feel free to message me here. Feel free to message me on Instagram. If you know me, you can talk to me, whatever. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I have missed you guys. Have a blessed week. I'll see you soon, and keep living life with your favorite nurse.